It's 2 a.m. on a Tuesday, and I'm sitting in what used to be our kitchen, eating cold pizza straight from the box. The apartment feels bigger now that Harper's gone, but not in a good way. More like a tooth socket after extraction, raw, empty, throbbing. Before we dive deeper into this story, I have one small request. Please subscribe, drop a like, comment, and hit that hype button to boost this channel so more people can discover these incredible Reddit stories. Colin Draper, 45 years old, night shift coordinator at Auburn Falls Distribution Center, I mutter to myself, practicing my introduction for the divorce lawyer tomorrow. Former software developer, current invisible man. Harper always said I'd end up invisible. Too bad she never figured out it's the quiet ones who see everything. My phone buzzes. Unknown number. The text contains 3 photos that make me freeze, then boil. Photo 1. Harper at the Riverside Hotel bar, leaning into some guy in an expensive suit. Photo 2. The same guy's hand on her thigh, her wedding ring clearly visible as she touches his face. Photo 3. Them walking toward the elevator, his arm around her waist. I recognize the guy immediately. Liam Corder, 34, junior associate at Harper's real estate firm, smarmy little social climber with perfect teeth and a trust fund. I met him at the company Christmas party last year, where he spent 10 minutes explaining why my warehouse job was perfectly respectable for someone of my generation. The text that follows is short. Thought you should know, a friend. I stare at the photos for a solid 5 minutes, my pizza growing colder. Harper's been working late a lot recently. Networking meetings, she called them. Guess her networking is more hands-on than I thought. Our bedroom door is closed, has been for 3 weeks now, ever since she announced she needed space to think. I assumed she meant emotional space. Apparently she meant space for Liam Corder's hands. I walk to the bedroom and try the handle, locked. But Harper never was good with technology. I grab my old laptop and hack into our home Wi-Fi router, something I set up years ago when I still believed in our future together. Every device in the house routes through my system. Her laptop is connected. Her browsing history tells a story, hotel booking sites, divorce lawyers, apartment rentals in the expensive part of town, and then I find her email. Liam baby, reads the most recent message, sent yesterday. Colin's working nights all week. Come over Thursday. I can't wait to feel your hands on me again. P.S. Talk to my lawyer today. This'll all be over soon, and we can start our real life together. Colin will fade into nothing, just like he always was. I read it 3 times. Then I read the rest of their correspondence. 6 months of messages, 6 months of planning my erasure while I worked 60-hour weeks to keep us afloat. But the real gut punch comes in a voice memo Harper sent last week. God, Liam, you should see him. Comes home covered in warehouse dust, talking about overtime like it's some great achievement. He used to have ambition, you know? When I married him, he was building something. Now he's just nothing. Invisible. I can't wait to be done with this joke of a marriage. I save everything to 3 different drives. Harper wants to see me disappear? Fine. I'll vanish, right after I turn their perfect little world inside out. Thursday morning, I call in sick to work. First time in 2 years. My supervisor, Mason, an ex-cop who knows everyone's business, immediately asks what's wrong. Wife trouble, I tell him. Cheating? How'd you guess? You got that look. Same one I had when I caught my ex with her yoga instructor. You need anything, and I mean anything, you call me. Mason's the kind of guy who still has contacts everywhere. Good to know. I spend the day in my car outside Harper's office building, watching. She leaves at 11:30 for what I assume is lunch. Instead, she drives to Liam's apartment complex. One of those new luxury places with a doorman and everything. She stays for 2 hours. When she comes out, her hair's messed up and she's reapplying lipstick. Liam follows 5 minutes later, straightening his tie. They don't leave together, but they're not fooling anyone who's actually paying attention. That evening, Harper comes home acting normal, kisses my cheek, asks about my day, heats up leftover Chinese food. The performance is flawless. How was work? I ask. Busy. Lots of networking. Building relationships, you know? I bet. Anyone interesting? Oh, just the usual suspects. Liam's been helpful with some of the younger clients. He really understands their needs. I nod and smile. Sounds like he's very hands-on. She doesn't even flinch. After dinner, she announces she's going to bed early. Big day tomorrow. The bedroom door locks behind her, and within minutes, I hear her on the phone, voice low and intimate. I put my ear to the door. No, he doesn't suspect anything. Colin's completely clueless. Always has been. I know, baby, I can't wait either. Tomorrow night? Perfect. He'll be at work. I spend the night researching. Auburn Falls is a small city. the kind of place where everyone knows everyone else's business. Harper's made enemies over the years. She's ruthless in business, condescending to anyone she considers beneath her. Her success has bred resentment. I start making a list of people who might enjoy seeing Harper taken down a peg. It's longer than expected. First on the list, Janelle Morrison, Harper's coworker. They've been competing for the same promotion for months. Janelle's older, more experienced, but Harper has the looks and the networking skills. Also, Janelle's been passed over 3 times for promotions that went to younger, prettier women. I find Janelle's number and send her an anonymous text. Check the Riverside Hotel bar tomorrow at 6 p.m. Bring a camera. You'll thank me later. Then I call my old business partner Owen Ricks. We haven't spoken in 3 years, not since our startup collapsed, but Owen's a genius with computers and he owes me money. Colin? Jesus, I thought you were gone. Not yet. Listen, I need a favor. You remember that code we wrote for the property management system? Yeah, why? Someone's been using it without permission? I need you to help me prove it. Owen's quiet for a long moment. Colin, there's something you should know about that code. What? It's worth a fortune now. Remember that real estate platform that sold for $50 million last year? They built it on our framework. I've been trying to reach you for months. My heart stops. What are you saying? I'm saying you're rich, man. The trust we set up before everything went south, it's been collecting royalties. You've got about $2 million sitting in an account you probably forgot existed. $2 million. Harper has no idea. Owen, I need you to do something for me, and then I need you to help me destroy some people who've been stealing from us. I'm listening. Friday evening, I'm parked across from the Riverside Hotel, waiting. Janelle arrives at 5:45, looking nervous but determined. She positions herself at a corner table with a clear view of the bar. Harper and Liam arrive separately, but within minutes of each other. They're not even trying to be subtle anymore. Liam orders expensive whiskey. Harper gets her usual wine. They sit close, touching constantly. I text Janelle. Table by the window. Woman in red dress, man in navy suit. Get photos. She's good at this. Discreet, professional. 15 minutes of documentation, then she leaves. Harper and Liam finish their drinks and head upstairs. Room 412. I saw Liam flash the keycard. I wait in the lobby, reading a newspaper, looking like any other business traveler. When they come down 2 hours later, Harper's dress is wrinkled and Liam's hair is a mess. They think they're invisible, just another anonymous couple in a hotel. They're wrong. Saturday morning, Harper's acting strange. Nervous, checking her phone constantly. She announces she's going shopping, needs to clear her head. Instead, she goes to see a lawyer. I follow her to the office of Patricia Vance, Auburn Falls' most aggressive divorce attorney. Harper's inside for 3 hours. When she comes out, she's smiling. That evening, she makes my favorite dinner. Pot roast, mashed potatoes, green beans. She even opens a bottle of wine. Colin, we need to talk. Here it comes. I've been thinking about us, about our future. I think we need some time apart. Apart? I've filed for separation. I think it's best for both of us. She slides papers across the table, legal documents already signed on her end. Harper, what's this about? We can work through whatever. No, Colin, we can't. You're not the man I married. You've given up on everything, your career, your dreams, yourself. I can't watch you fade away anymore. So you're leaving me? I'm setting us both free. You'll be happier without me dragging you down. The gaslighting is masterful. She's cheating. She's planning to take half of everything I own, but somehow I'm the problem. What about the house? We'll sell it, split everything 50-50. My lawyer says it should be straightforward. I sign the papers. No point fighting it now, not when I have bigger plans. There's one more thing, Harper says. I'm going to stay at my sister's for a while. Give us both space to adjust. Her sister lives in California. Harper's planning to move in with Liam, but she needs a cover story. When? Tomorrow. I've already packed. Of course she has. That night, I lie awake planning. Harper thinks she's won. She thinks she's getting half of everything while starting fresh with her younger lover. She has no idea about the trust fund, about the royalties, about the evidence I've collected. She called me invisible. Time to show her what invisible men can do when they stop hiding. Sunday morning, Harper loads her car with suitcases. She's taking more than she should. Family photos, expensive kitchen appliances, jewelry that belonged to my grandmother. I'll call you when I'm settled, she says, giving me a perfunctory hug. Sure. Take care of yourself. She drives away without looking back. I wait exactly 1 hour, then I call Owen. It's time. You ready? More than ready. I've been documenting everything. Liam's company has been using our code for 18 months. They owe us approximately $400,000 in licensing fees, plus damages. Good. File the lawsuit tomorrow. Make it public. What about the other thing? Send the photos to Harper's boss, her mother, and her sister in California. Anonymous email. Untraceable. Colin, are you sure about this? Once we start, there's no going back. They wanted to watch me disappear, Owen. I'm going to teach them how to drown. Monday morning, I go to work like nothing's changed. Mason immediately notices I'm in a better mood. Wife trouble resolved? You could say that. At lunch, I get a call from Patricia Vance, Harper's lawyer. Mr. Draper, I'm calling about your wife's separation filing. There seems to be some confusion about your assets. What kind of confusion? Well, she listed your income as $42,000 annually, but our preliminary research suggests there might be additional assets she's unaware of. Such as? A trust fund containing approximately $2 million. I let the silence stretch. Mr. Draper, are you there? I'm here. And yes, there is a trust. Harper never asked about my finances, so I never volunteered the information. I see. Well, this changes things significantly. You'll need your own representation. Already have it. That's not technically true yet, but it will be by tomorrow. Tuesday morning, the Auburn Falls Gazette runs a small item in the business section. Local tech company faces lawsuit over stolen code. Liam's company is named specifically. By noon, the story's gone viral on local social media. Auburn Falls loves a good scandal, especially when it involves the fancy new tech companies trying to gentrify downtown. Harper calls me, frantic. Colin, what's happening? People are saying terrible things about Liam's company. I wouldn't know. I don't follow tech news. This is serious. They're saying he stole software. Did he? Of course not. Liam would never. Harper, why are you calling me? We're separated, remember? Your problems aren't my problems anymore. She hangs up. Wednesday. Things get worse for them. Janelle's photos surface on Auburn Falls' biggest gossip Facebook group, posted by an anonymous account. The images are clear. Harper and Liam, obviously intimate, obviously having an affair. The comments are brutal. Auburn Falls has a long memory, and Harper's made plenty of enemies over the years. Every slight, every condescending comment, every time she looked down on someone comes back to haunt her. Always knew she was a gold digger. Poor Colin. He seemed like such a nice guy. Liam Corder? That pretentious little weasel? She's welcome to him. Cheating on her husband with a coworker. Classy. Harper's boss calls an emergency meeting. Workplace relationships are discouraged, but infidelity creates liability issues. Harper's put the company in an uncomfortable position. Thursday, I meet with my new lawyer, Richard Sykes. He's expensive, ruthless, and has a reputation for making divorces very unpleasant for cheating spouses. Mr. Draper, your case is quite straightforward. Your wife filed for separation while conducting an extramarital affair, unaware of your significant assets. We can make this very expensive for her. I don't want her money. I want her reputation. Even better, reputation is much harder to rebuild than bank accounts. Or Friday evening, I'm home alone, eating takeout and planning my next move, when someone pounds on my door. It's Liam. He looks terrible, unshaven, wrinkled clothes, dark circles under his eyes. The golden boy image is cracking. You snake, what did you do? I'm sorry, do we know each other? Cut the crap, Colin. I know you're behind this. The lawsuit, the photos, all of it. I have no idea what you're talking about. My company's in chaos. Harper's been suspended pending investigation. People are calling us homewreckers and thieves. Sounds rough. He steps closer, trying to intimidate me. Fix this. Now. Or what? Or I'll make you regret it. I laugh. Actually laugh out loud. Liam, let me explain something. You stole my wife, my dignity, and apparently my intellectual property. You called me a loser to my face and invisible behind my back, but you made one critical error. What's that? You assumed invisible meant powerless. I step closer to him now, and despite being older and shorter, something in my expression makes him back up. You want this to stop? Convince Harper to withdraw her divorce filing, publicly apologize for the affair, and return every penny she took from our house. Also, your company needs to pay licensing fees for the software you've been stealing. That's insane. Those are my terms. Take them or leave them. And if we don't, then you haven't seen anything yet. He leaves without another word. Saturday morning, Harper calls. Colin, please, we need to talk. I'm listening. Not over the phone. Can we meet? Where? Our house. I mean your house. I need to get some things anyway. She arrives an hour later, looking haggard. The stress is showing. Her hair's not perfect, her makeup can't hide the dark circles, and she's lost weight. Colin, I know you're angry. Angry. Harper, I'm not angry. Angry is what you feel when someone cuts you off in traffic. What I feel is something much more specific. What do you want? I want you to explain to me how 6 months of planning my humiliation counts as growing apart. She sits on our old couch, looking small and defeated. It wasn't supposed to happen like this. How was it supposed to happen? I fell in love with someone else. These things happen, Colin. We weren't happy. You weren't happy. I was working 60 hours a week trying to build a future for us. What future? You gave up on your dreams years ago. You settled for a hopeless job and expected me to settle too. So you decided to trade me in for a newer model. Liam understands my ambitions. He wants the same things I want. Such as? Success, recognition, a life that matters. And I was holding you back from that? Yes, you were. The honesty is almost refreshing. Harper, do you remember when we got married? You promised to love me for richer or poorer. Things change, Colin. They certainly do. I hand her a folder. What's this? Financial documents, bank statements, investment records, trust fund paperwork. She opens the folder and her face goes white. $2 million? Colin, where did this come from? The software company Owen and I started. Turns out our code was more valuable than we thought. But you said the company failed. The company failed. The intellectual property didn't. She's staring at the numbers, doing math in her head. You've been rich this whole time? Define rich. I've been comfortable. I chose to keep working because I liked the routine, liked feeling useful. Why didn't you tell me? You never asked. You assumed I was a failure, so I let you assume. Colin, this changes everything. We can work this out. I made a mistake with Liam, but... No, Harper, this doesn't change anything. You didn't leave me because I was poor. You left me because you thought I was worthless. The money doesn't make me worth more as a person. But we could have a real future now. Travel, nice house, everything we dreamed about. Everything you dreamed about. I was happy with what we had. She's crying now, real tears. Please, Colin, I love you. I made a terrible mistake, but I love you. No, you don't. You love the idea of $2 million. There's a difference. That's not fair. Fair? Harper, you called me invisible. You mocked me to your lover. You planned to take half of everything I owned while laughing about how pathetic I was. Now you want to talk about fair? She stands up, anger replacing tears. Fine. You want to be vindictive? Two can play that game. I'll take half of everything in court. No, you won't. Watch me. Harper, you committed adultery. In this state, that affects asset division. Plus, you took items from this house without permission. That's theft. And your boyfriend's company has been using stolen software, which makes this a criminal matter. You're bluffing. Am I? My phone rings. It's Richard Sykes. Mr. Draper, I have news. The district attorney is interested in the intellectual property theft case. They're considering criminal charges. I put the call on speaker. Criminal charges against whom? Anyone who knowingly used the stolen code for profit. That would include Mr. Corder and potentially anyone who facilitated the theft. Harper's face goes pale. How would someone facilitate the theft? I ask. By providing access to the original code, helping to modify it, or profiting from its illegal use. Harper provided Liam with access to my old files. I have emails proving it. Thank you, counselor. I'll call you back. I hang up. Harper, you're going to withdraw the divorce filing. No. You're going to return everything you took from this house. No. And you're going to publicly apologize for the affair. Absolutely not. Then I guess we'll see how this plays out. She storms toward the door, then turns back. You used to be a good man, Colin. I used to be a doormat, Harper. There's a difference. Monday morning, Auburn Falls wakes up to a bombshell. The Gazette's front page features a detailed expose about the intellectual property theft case, complete with quotes from Owen about the stolen code and its value. But the real story is in the sidebar. Local real estate agent suspended amid adultery scandal. Harper's boss didn't just suspend her, they fired her. Workplace conduct policies are strict, and the public nature of the scandal made her a liability. Liam's situation is worse. His company put him on unpaid leave pending the criminal investigation. The tech startup community in Auburn Falls is small, and word travels fast. No one wants to hire someone accused of intellectual property theft. Tuesday, I get an unexpected visitor. Janelle Morrison. Colin? I'm Janelle from Harper's old office. I know who you are. Can we talk? I invite her in. She's nervous, fidgeting with her purse. I wanted to thank you. For what? The photos. The tip about the hotel? I don't know what you mean. She smiles. Of course not. But whoever sent me that text did me a huge favor. Harper's position opened up, and I got the promotion. Congratulations. I also wanted to give you something. She hands me a flash drive. What's this? Harper's computer files. She asked me to back up her system before she got fired. I thought you might be interested in what I found. I plug the drive into my laptop. It's a gold mine. Emails, financial records, and a folder labeled Divorce Strategy. The folder contains detailed plans for hiding assets, claiming spousal support, and painting me as an abusive husband to gain sympathy in court. Why are you helping me? Because Harper treated everyone like garbage for years. She thought she was untouchable. Turns out she was just untouchable until someone decided to touch back. Wednesday, Harper calls again. Colin, we need to make a deal. I'm listening. Drop the criminal charges against Liam, and I'll agree to a no-contest divorce. That's not how this works, Harper. I didn't file the criminal charges. The district attorney did. And I'm not the one who wanted a divorce in the first place. Please. Liam's talking about leaving town. He can't find work. People won't talk to him. You've destroyed his life. He destroyed his own life when he decided to steal from me. It wasn't stealing. He adapted existing code. That's how software development works. Not when the existing code belongs to someone else. Colin, what do you want? Money? I'll pay you back for everything I took. I don't want your money. Then what? I want you to understand what invisible feels like. Thursday, the Auburn Falls Community Facebook group explodes with a new post. Someone, definitely not me, has shared Harper's Divorce Strategy folder, complete with her plans to falsely claim abuse and hide assets. The comments are vicious. Auburn Falls has turned completely against her. She was planning to lie about domestic violence. That's disgusting. Poor Colin. Thank God he found out what she really was. Harper always thought she was better than everyone else. Guess karma's real. Friday evening, I'm at Murphy's Bar, Auburn Falls' most popular local hangout, when a group of my old friends approaches my table. These are guys I've known for 20 years, Tom, Steve, Mike, and Danny. We used to be close, but Harper gradually drove wedges between us. She thought they were beneath us, and made it clear I had to choose. I chose her. Big mistake. Colin, Tom says, mind if we sit? Free country. They sit down, looking uncomfortable. We heard about Harper, Steve says. I'm sure you did. We wanted to say we're sorry, man, Mike adds. We should have seen what she was doing to you. Should have said something years ago, Danny chimes in. But you seemed happy, so we figured it wasn't our place. I wasn't happy. I was just good at pretending. We know that now, Tom says. Look, we were talking, and we want you to know. We're here for you, whatever you need. It's the first genuine kindness I've experienced in months. Thanks, guys. That means more than you know. So what's next? Steve asks. Next? With Harper, with Liam. You're not done, are you? I smile. Not even close. Saturday morning, Auburn Falls' annual Founders Day Festival fills downtown with food trucks, craft booths, and a main stage for local announcements and performances. Harper and Liam are there, trying to maintain some semblance of normalcy. They're at a coffee stand, pretending everything's fine, but people are staring and whispering. I approach them casually, carrying a large envelope. Harper, Liam, beautiful day for a festival. They both freeze. Colin, Harper says carefully, what do you want? To give you these. I hand Harper the envelope. She opens it reluctantly. Inside are copies of every email, every photo, every piece of evidence I've collected over the past 2 weeks. But there's something new. A letter from the district attorney's office. What is this? Liam asks, reading over her shoulder. Your indictment, both of you. Criminal conspiracy, theft of intellectual property, and in Harper's case, fraud related to the divorce filing. Harper's hands are shaking. This isn't real. Check the letterhead. Liam grabs the papers. They can't prove conspiracy. Actually, they can. Harper, remember those files you gave Liam from my old computer? The ones that helped him adapt our software? That's conspiracy. And Liam, remember how you used Harper's real estate connections to sell the software to property management companies? That's racketeering. A crowd is gathering. Auburn Falls loves drama, and this is better than anything on television. Colin, please, Harper whispers. We can work this out privately. Privately? Like how you privately planned to destroy my reputation in divorce court? like how you privately mocked me to your lover for 6 months. My voice is getting louder, carrying across the festival grounds. You called me invisible, Harper. You said I'd fade into nothing. Well, guess what? Invisible men see everything, and now everyone else sees you. I turn to address the growing crowd. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like you to meet my wife Harper and her boyfriend Liam. They've been having an affair for 6 months while planning to steal half of everything I own. They also stole intellectual property worth millions of dollars from my old software company. The crowd murmurs, pressing closer. But that's not the best part, I continue. The best part is that Harper was planning to claim I abused her in divorce court. She was going to lie about domestic violence to gain sympathy and a better settlement. The murmurs turn to angry voices. That's sick. False abuse claims hurt real victims. They should be ashamed. Harper tries to run, but the crowd blocks her path. Not threatening, just curious and judgmental. Colin, stop this, she screams. Stop what? Telling the truth? I thought you valued honesty in relationships. Liam finally finds his voice. This is harassment. No, Liam, this is consequences. You wanted to play grown-up games with grown-up stakes. Congratulations, you won. The festival's main stage has a microphone. I walk toward it, and the crowd follows like I'm the Pied Piper. Excuse me, I say to the festival organizer. Could I borrow this for a moment? She recognizes me. We went to high school together, and nods. I take the microphone. The entire festival grounds fall silent. My name is Colin Draper. Some of you know me, some don't. But I'd like to tell you a story about what happens when people underestimate the quiet guy. For the next 10 minutes, I tell the whole story, every detail, every betrayal, every moment of humiliation. I show the crowd printed copies of Harper's emails, play audio recordings of her voice messages, display photos of the affair. The crowd is completely silent, hanging on every word. Harper always said I'd end up invisible and penniless, I conclude. Turns out, I own her house, her debts, and now her reputation. How's that for invisible? The crowd erupts in applause. Not polite festival applause, genuine, enthusiastic support. Harper is sobbing, surrounded by hostile faces. Liam looks like he wants to disappear into the ground. But I'm not done. I pull out a lighter and a small metal trash can. From my backpack, I remove Harper's old prom dress, the one she kept in our closet for 20 years, claiming it was too precious to throw away. I also have our wedding album and a stack of Liam's business cards. Ladies and gentlemen, a symbolic cleansing. I light the dress first. The crowd cheers as it burns. Then the wedding album. More cheers. Finally, Liam's business cards. The crowd is going wild now, like this is the Super Bowl. Liam, in a moment of pure stupidity, charges toward me. You psycho! I'll eliminate you. He swings wildly. I dodge easily. He's soft, privileged, never been in a real fight. His momentum carries him forward, and I simply step aside. He trips over the trash can and falls face first into the mud beside the stage. The crowd explodes in laughter. Someone starts chanting, "Loser, loser, loser." Harper collapses to her knees, completely broken. Her perfect image, her social standing, her future, all destroyed in 15 minutes of public humiliation. I walk over to her, crouch down, and speak quietly, so only she can hear. You said I'd be invisible and penniless. I said I'd teach you how to drown. Consider this your swimming lesson. I stand up, dust off my hands, and walk away as the crowd continues to cheer. Behind me, Harper and Liam are surrounded by police officers, festival security, and about 300 very entertained Auburn Falls residents with cell phone cameras. My phone is buzzing with friend requests, job offers, and interview requests from local media. I ignore them all and walk home to my empty house, which suddenly doesn't feel empty anymore. It feels like freedom. Harper wanted to erase me from existence. Instead, she erased herself. Sometimes the invisible man wins.